Hello everyone. I've been gone for a long time, about a year. I think December was the last time I even posted a video. But I'm back now, and had a lot of things happening in my life for the past year. I was able to record an album with my band. I moved to Austin, Texas. I just been getting my stuff together and kind of making a new life for myself. So I apologize for being gone so long. But I'm back, and I was asked a question by JM1072. And he wants to know what I think of Opeth's heritage. And I did a review a little while ago about Watershed. I talked about how I loved their progressive direction, where they were going with it. And I really think that Heritage is going in that direction even more. There's no screaming on this album, and it's something they've never done before, except for Damnation. But you know, people weren't expecting Damnation this time. They were expecting an Opeth record. Personally, I really do like it. There's things I do like and don't like more than others. I have to say that the biggest plus for the album and for the band is that they took a huge risk doing this. I think it's a very brave album, but I also think that it's very intentional. I don't think that Michael Ockerfeldt really wanted to push the death metal stuff anymore. He says in interviews that he doesn't think he could take the screaming to the next level, which I don't really agree with. I mean, it's just a style. Just like you have a lot of tools in one toolbox, you don't use them all to build something, you only use a few. Screaming is just one tool you use in your toolbox in creating music, and Michael's just kind of left it for dead, it seems like, at least for now, for the time being. I'm sure he'll pick it back up later on, I hope. But I do think this album's intentional. I can tell that he's trying to sound like Deep Purple, he's trying to sound like Rainbow, he's trying to sound like King Crimson. It's just, it doesn't mesh well with everything else, but it doesn't mean I don't think certain parts of it are good. The first track, Heritage, is a beautiful piano piece. Awesome. I think that's perfect. And they did kind of the same thing on Watershed. They opened with Coil, really beautiful song, had some female vocals, and this kind of just stuck with that little formula, and I think it works really well. The Devil's Orchard is amazing. Great song, great riffs. That one kind of has the King Crimson vibe, I think. And that follows with I Feel the Dark, opens with acoustic guitar, has a really powerful middle. Actually, when I was at the show, that's when everyone started moshing, I guess just to prove that they still want to be listening to Opeth's death metal stuff and, going nuts at shows. So that was pretty exciting. It's a great tune. Slither, I think, is really good. That one, I think, is an intentional track, though, when I talk about the album being that way, because you can just hear in Frederick's playing that he's trying to sound like Richie Blackmore, which is fine, but I just don't think it connects with the rest of their music. They're trying too hard. Nepenthe is awesome. I love that track. That's probably one of my favorites. I think that the mood of that song is just so ominous. It's great. Hex Process, I actually do not like at all. That and Famine, I think, are the two worst tracks on the album. Famine just has this completely obvious flute solo with Jethro Tull influences just pouring out of it. I can't do it. It starts off great with tribal drumming, and then all of a sudden it just stops with a piano chord that's not even related to how the song began, and they should have developed that beginning. I just don't understand why they just stop, for the sake of being progressive. I think that's stupid, and they're selling that song really short. Marrow of the Earth and Folklore are phenomenal songs. Folklore's really got that Mellotron 70s progressive vibe going on, and I really love that. It's really strong. The ending sounds like you're traveling through space or something like that. It's just moving and takes you right into the outro of the album, which is Marrow of the Earth. Really, really pretty song, and has some of that Opeth mystique to it. Now, one thing I really like about the album is how presentable it is to a different audience. You have the death metal crowd who's pretty much pushing back on this album and really just saying the most negative things about it, which I really don't like, because it's extremely brave to do something like this. But then you have all the progressive guys coming in, listening to this music and appreciating it for its artistry, and then they can appreciate the death metal stuff too from their past, because you can just see where they came from, how they evolved, and then that'll take you into listening to more death metal bands. That's kind of what happened to me. And vice versa too, some of the metal kids listening to more of the prog music. I'm just going to make this a really short album review because I just have a lot going on right now with moving in, but I will return soon, and I provided some links in the box below for links to my band's music. I know some of you guys have been asking me about that, and I've been a little MIA. I haven't really been responding and feel kind of bad, but I'm back now, don't worry. So we're called Transit Method. We released an album in June called Spun Into the Fabric. We're here in Austin. We are trying to pick up the pieces and start playing live. So I've provided some links for you guys, and I hope you take a listen. Let me know what you think. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and maybe I'll be seeing you down here in Austin. I will return soon. Take it easy.